Sony. Sony is a studio at the moment that I would say I'm not the biggest fan of, more so for the Sony Spider-Man-less universe. Venom, Madam Web, Morbius. What was the other one they did? The Venom, no, that's about it. Venom, Madam Web, Morbius, Craven's coming out. I'm pretty sure it's going to suck. I don't think I'll be eating any tissues come December, even though that Sony says that they moved it to December because they believe that people will be watching Craven over and over and over and over and over again. Look, Sony, I love a guy who can dream, but get real. Get real with that. Watching Craven over and over again, I can't believe that. But one of the things that Sony has done well, if you can even credit Sony for this, is the Spider-Verse movies. Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. They're not only beloved by fans and Spider-Man fans alike, and the general audience has really grabbed onto them too, but they are Oscar-worthy. I mean, Into the Spider-Verse won the Best Animated Film when it came out. Across Spider-Verse was nominated last year, and the guys behind both movies, Christopher Miller and Phil Lord, have really made that franchise a household name, and they've become household names in a way through that franchise. Well, in a very rare turn of events, Sony did something smart that I have to go, huh, good job, Sony. You have a brain. It's great to see. Because on the heels of a Spider-Man Noir live action series with Nicolas Cage being announced, and with Silk Spider Society being canceled, there's obviously big moves going on over in Sony with their live action continuations of the Spider-Verse universe. And one of the big developments that's come from that is they have given Christopher Miller and Phil Lord the keys to the television castle. This comes to us from Deadline, and it has to say, Oscar-winning writers, directors, and producers Phil Lord and Christopher Miller have signed a massive 5-year overall deal with Sony Pictures Television. No one is commenting, but the value of the pact is believed to be in the 9 figures. Good job, Christopher Miller and Phil Lord. Under the agreement, the duo will develop live-action comedy and drama series as well as animated shows through their Lord Miller production company, including a suite of TV series based on Sony's universe of Marvel characters referred to as Spiderverse, which had been a priority for SPT. The latter is said to have been a major selling point that helped bring Lord and Miller to Sony TV in a very competitive situation with multiple independent studios and a streaming platform pursuing them. The pair is coming off winning an Oscar for Sony's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. The Sony TV deal allows the pair to develop their own projects for the network cable and streaming platforms, as well as develop and supervise other writers' projects. So that comes to us from Deadline. And look, I heard this news and I got very excited. I got very excited because this isn't affecting the Sony verse movies. I still think that Craven's going to be a mess. I don't know what they have planned after Craven, but I guarantee that will probably still be a mess unless they get their act together over there. I don't really have much faith in their movies, but when they were starting to transition over into TV, when we heard about Silk, Spider Society, when we've now heard about Spider-Man Noir with Nicolas Cage coming back, there has been that kind of worry of like, it's still Sony. It's still Sony dealing with this extension of their universe or their Spider-Verse, whatever they're trying to do. But you come in here and you get them safely placed in the hands of those who so excellently led us through the Spider-Verse in the first place. There's this sigh of relief that just kind of washes over me when I hear this. Because I don't necessarily think that Christopher Lord and Phil Miller will be a part of every single project going forward. As it says there, it says that they are going to be advisors basically for other people's projects, have input. They're going to work alongside Amy Pascal as well, as this article goes on to read. But they are such a creative force. They have put out so many great projects together that if they are going to be the ones who are going to be able to transition their Spider-Verse into the TV realm, if they're going to be behind Spider-Man Noir with Nicolas Cage, if they're going to be behind maybe even a Spider-Ham series, whatever they're planning on making next, I think these guys are a great choice to do this with, because they're not only creatively smart, they don't only have great track records, but they have a fantastic fan base support. They really are the ones at Sony that the fans have the most trust in, I would say. I mean, I don't know if people who, liked Madam Web, if there are people out there who liked Madam Web, I don't know how much they have faith in Craven. I don't know how much they have faith in their Sony Spider-Man-less universe going forward. I know that my faith in that entire universe has completely crumbled and died. But this automatically allows me to put faith into their TV Spider-Man universe. And it goes from something that I was kind of like, I don't know if I want that, I don't know if I'm into that, to now I'm really excited to see what Phil Lord and Christopher Miller are going to put together on the tiny screen at Amazon and working with Sony to bring us more Spider-Man character stories in our homes. And I can't wait. Bring it on. I can't wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse, and now I can't wait for this. Well, thank you very much for checking out this clip from our live show that we do every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time called Zach Milne Talks Live. If you like talking movies, if you like talking movie news, why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button before you leave? We do that on this channel all the time. But if you still need some time before you fully commit, you can check out the full video this clip is from right here, and you can check out another video over here. The subscribe button's right here.